Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat?
Tonight, would you be able to go?
Yeah.
Taysom Hill asked if he had to play tonight, would you be ready to go? He said, yeah. And according to Mike Triplett, Taysom Hill in line to make his first start of the season. Mike Triplett just reporting that via sources. That looks like Taysom Hill will start for the New Orleans Saints on Thursday night against the Dallas Cowboys in the Dome. Taysom, when he met with the media on Tuesday, updated the status of his foot.
I'm feeling a lot better. You know, I've learned a lot about this injury over the last little bit, and I had a partial, which after learning about it, I think they said you'd rather have a full tear. So I think that's been what we've been working through in terms of pain management and tolerance, and so that's been the challenge. And I think we're just getting to a point where I'm going to be dealing with pain, and it's just getting to the point where it doesn't limit, functionality.
So, Taysom Hill talking about pain management. He's got a torn plantar fascia in his foot. But as you heard him say there, it's better if it would be a full tear, but it's a partial tear, so he's managing pain right now. The big question is, what does that do for his mobility and his functionality? Here it is from Taysom.
I hope so. I think that's kind of the question mark, where the last 3 weeks really have been so unique for us in terms of going Sunday to Thursday and then another Thursday, to where we've been trying to limit reps and time on the field, time on your feet, all that stuff. And so it's hard to simulate a game and practice, and again, especially the last 3 weeks. So I think so, but I really don't know, because it's hard to simulate what that's going to be like.
It's clearly an unenviable situation. And I think it's very difficult to judge Taysom either way because of the state that this offense is presently in. The most recent injury report, Armstead and Ramczyk both questionable for the game. Alvin Kamara questionable. Looks like you'll have Mark Ingram back. But even if you have those guys, at what percentage are they playing? So I'm not even so much thinking of what we're watching with Taysom right now as far as what it could be this season. I after the loss, the blowout loss on Thanksgiving to Buffalo, any realistic expectation you had of this team going to the playoffs and possibly winning a game, that needs to be flushed. That's not going to happen this year. They would have to go 5-1 in their remaining games to get to 10-7 to realistically have a shot at the playoffs. And I don't think anyone listening believes that that's a realistic possibility right now. So you're not going to make the playoffs. This is about trying to finish strong and figure out what you have for the future. You gave Taysom Hill a contract. You need to determine if he can be a viable option, what you're going to do with Jameis Winston, if you're going to pursue a free agent, if you're going to draft a quarterback. You got to get that answer and see signs from Taysom whether or not you believe he can be the guy. He started 4 games for you a year ago and went 3-1, but you won those games not so much because of Taysom Hill. The game against Atlanta, no touchdowns, no picks, only 233 yards. He was 18 of 23. Everything was thrown at the line of scrimmage. The next game they played against Denver, and if you remember that one, that's when Denver had a practice squad receiver playing quarterback. Taysom Hill was 9 of 16 for 78 yards in the game. Then they played at Atlanta, and they won that one. He was 27 of 37 for 232. Again, 27 of 37 for just 232. Everything was at or near the line of scrimmage. And then he didn't play great in the blowout loss. I shouldn't say blowout loss, but a loss where they really struggled to contain Philadelphia, and that was the loss. He had 2 touchdowns and a pick in that game. So you need to figure out how much maybe he has progressed from that small sample a year ago. And that's the interesting thing about this. It's Taysom time to see what he can be. And we're going to start getting that look tomorrow, and we've talked about it. He needs to be the guy the rest of the way. I'm not pinning the Saints' losses and this losing streak on Trevor Siemian. He's just what he is. He's a limited quarterback that if there were so many pieces around him, if everyone were healthy and this roster looked like it did, say, a year ago when Taysom stepped in or 2 years ago when Teddy Bridgewater stepped in, might they have won a few of these games? Sure. They darn near beat Tennessee. But with all of the personnel losses and Trevor Siemian being so limited, you're not going to be able to overcome that. So let's just see what Taysom can be. And this has been very clearly a tough situation on everybody, especially Sean Payton, who for 15 years has been accustomed to winning with this organization and has been on the doorstep of a championship. And now it certainly feels like they're not competing for a championship. And he talked about the emotion, how to manage that during this losing streak.
The most important thing is for any team is each week there's hope, and here's how, here's how we win this game. And then is it difficult? Yeah. The hardest thing is when you put so much time into a week and then you don't finish with the result you're looking for. Man, you gotta buck up again, and so there's a toughness element that's required. And when you play in this league and you coach in this league long enough, you know that there's going to be, during games, momentum swings, and the same thing happens. You can pick a season, even any one of the last 4 seasons, there's stretches where you have you got to get past some adversity, and that's kind of where we're at now. And so there's no magical answer coming in the door. It's deep down and from within, and it's the details. And yeah, you have all those emotions, though. Sometimes it's where you're picking everyone up. Sometimes you're calling players out or yourself out, that kind of thing.
There is this. Dallas has lost 3 of 4. Mike McCarthy is out due to COVID protocols, although this may be an upgrade. Dan Quinn will be the interim head coach for Dallas and spent 5 years in Atlanta, and the Saints were 6-4 against Dan Quinn. So Quinn against the Saints was just 4-6 during his time in Atlanta. So Saints have had success against Dan Quinn. Zeke is a little limited. Amari Cooper's supposed to be back from his time in the COVID protocol, though they're not really sure how healthy he is, like how physically ready he will be to play, although they do expect to play him some. So it's a big opportunity for New Orleans, if for nothing else, to keep Dallas in their spiral right now, having lost 3 of 4. Saints and Cowboys Thursday Night Football. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.